Yeah.
Welcome
Nice.
Hello.
to episode 6 of Folkin' Weird. It doesn't feel like it's been 6 episodes so far.
No.
No, feels like a million.
I will be super stoked to for the warmer weather so that we can get out in the field again. I know Stephen and Morgana is keeping us going this month. But next month I think we're gonna have to get creative on where we go, depending on how cold it is. Which it may be cool to see some of these places in the snow. You never know.
Yeah.
That's true. And I've still got plans to get out sometime this month too. So, especially if it quits raining.
Right.
The cold has left us down here, but boy, it has rained nonstop. Almost needing an arc.
Yes, that's how we've been this week. It's we have county roads that are getting in bad shape simply because of all the rain.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep.
So where are we going today?
Okay. A friend and I went to historic Franklin Cemetery in Moss Point, Mississippi. Depends on what website you go to. Some of them say it's Gaucher, but the signs all say Moss Point. But anyway, it's a very small little cemetery, but it is also considered one of the 15 most haunted in the country. And,
Hey,
for
Mike.
something that's, hey, Mike, for the size of it, it kind of surprised me. But there have been sightings of multiple spirits. Supposedly, there's a little girl in blue that runs around and plays. There's been seen what they're assuming was like the groundskeeper, supposedly, that will get out of his grave and go steal flowers and stuff off of other graves and bring them back to his.
Nice.
So yeah, like I said, and it's really cool. But and then there's one spirit that supposedly jumps out in front of cars all bloody and stuff just to scare people.
Did you see anything, or did you hear anything, or feel anything?
I really didn't. But like I said, I think I was more focused on this one, just kind of a video and to see how it was going to turn out and everything. But it's beautiful, honest to goodness, because it's got those huge live oaks, and I don't know if y'all have those up there, but these things like sprawl for 100 yards and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
excited. I'm excited.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to pull it up on my other screen, so you're going to see me on here twice.
Mike, I think you live about the same riveting life that we live.
Hang on a second.
When we're not out looking for ghosts and demons and cryptids, we're sitting at the house talking about it.
yeah.
I went to the International Paranormal and Cryptid Research Museum again today.
How many times does that make?
I go quite often. They call me a regular today. They was like, that's one of our regulars.
Do they have any new t-shirts?
Not yet, but they're moving locations and they're going to have a bigger gift shop.
Okay. Yeah, dude, I love those shirts. Like, those are the best fitting shirts. If you've never heard of it, Somerset, Kentucky has a paranormal museum. It's a world paranormal museum.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. They've got stuff, anything from Bigfoot print casts to they've got stones from the Bell Witch Cave. I mean, just all kinds of craziness.
Yeah. And now they got the monsters out too. There's a guy in Somerset that builds monsters, and they have them out. My nephew, I took him, and he wanted to take a picture with the one that scared him the most. While we're waiting on Morgana to pull everything up.
Yeah, working on it. My bad.
Right here. Right here. Those are the monsters. You can't really see them good on the phone there.
Yeah, almost like animatronics.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't realize there was somebody building those. I thought they just acquired those from somewhere.
No, somebody in Somerset builds them.
I got you.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. You'll see that?
Hey.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So here we go.
It's crazy to see like green on trees right now.
I know. And this is like just an old, desolate dirt road going back here.
Yeah, this is spooky. This looks like cryptid country.
I know, right?
It does.
And even when you're back in there, you don't see any houses or anything, but there actually is a little neighborhood before you get into it and everything. But I just love this old road with these trees hanging over it and everything.
Yeah, that was a good call to start filming on the way in.
Yeah. I was like, I think I'm going to do this. So, and like I said, I mean, it's just one of those places. This is the kind of place I'd really love to hang out at night. Just out of curiosity. Yes, I'm that morbid.
Hey, that would be cool, Morgan. I mean, it's see if your flashlight will quit working, your audio quits working, stuff like that. That right there, that would be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, I mean, it was established in 1897. I mean, so it's 120
I love
years
those
old.
trees.
Yeah, aren't they gorgeous?
This is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like a couple of those out in my backyard.
Yeah,
and it's illegal to cut those here. It's
it should
protected
be.
tree. Yeah,
I'd build a tree for it.
Well, and hell yes, you and me both. But back when Katrina hit, it took out just dozens of them on the beach, and we actually had some chainsaw artists that went in and carved them into like porpoises and different things like that.
Really?
So, yeah, it was really cool. There's a lot of them have rotted away since, but it's still cool that instead of just taking them out, that they did something with them.
Yeah.
So like I said, you can kind of see, I kind of pan around. This place is not big at all.
What's the dirt like?
It is sandy.
That's what it looks like. I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
So is this close to the coast?
It is. It's probably about 6 or 7 miles off of the coast.
Man, look at those.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, this is still being used. I mean, there was someone that was buried in 2022, according to the headstone.
Really?
And it kind of surprised me because I'm like, wow, I just assumed, that they weren't still using it. But, it looks like that there were a lot of them that were buried in like the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, that's Carrie, that's hops on with us sometimes.
Okay.
So I didn't realize she was in my screen a couple of times. So just, hey. But one thing that I found really interesting, a couple of things. Two, I have never seen slabs on top of graves like that.
Ain't that to keep the body, like the caskets, from floating up through the sand?
That's my understanding, yes.
Yeah,
but
with the sandy dirt.
Right.
Yeah.
But, I didn't grow up down here, so I'd never seen that. We either had headstones or mausoleums, and not a ton of mausoleums. But
in Kentucky, but it's just like random.
Right.
Like
yeah. Well, and they said during Katrina, and one of the things you'll see is a lot of markers, not markers, but like concrete where it looks like there should be a grave, but there's no headstone. Well, they said during Katrina, it displaced most of the ones that were out there. If they weren't attached to that concrete slab, then it got washed off. So they lost a lot of them. They said that they have no idea how many unmarked graves are now here. One of the families that they said was, supposedly here is a man lost his job and killed his wife and his 5 children and then killed himself. They're supposedly buried here, but you can't find markers. Like I said, but it also has to do with the fact that there are a lot of markers that just disappeared. And
it's nice of her to join you.
Yeah. So we were doing a road trip, and I'm like, "Come on, let's go to the cemetery." Not everyone will jump in the car with you without question for those kind of trips, but I can always count on her.
Yeah, I love this. Like I love exploring myself, but I love seeing these other areas of the country.
Yeah.
So Carrie was pretty convinced that you weren't going to leave her there.
There you go. You know, she knows I have to live with her. I mean, Mo considers her his second wife, so I'm kind of stuck with her. But
so are those little tiles?
Yeah,
yes,
little tiles.
Yes,
Oh,
and they are attached to one of those concrete slabs. But yes, it's like somebody took the time to tile the top of it so it would kind of, set off differently. But like I said, I mean, there's one from 2022. So, I mean, somebody's still using it. And you can see from the flowers and stuff that someone goes out there and puts, artificial flowers out every once in a while anyway. But
with the texture of the dirt, I bet grass doesn't grow much there.
No, and it is heavily shaded. So you've got so much, debris from the trees and stuff that even if there were grass seeds, I don't know that they'd grow.
It's been so long since I've been down that way. Seeing the plant life is like nostalgic.
Throwback. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's crazy, because like I said, I mean, I grew up 200 miles north of here, and it's like a totally different part of the country because, we didn't have the live oaks. We didn't have all that sandy soil. We had that red clay, that you can't power through and everything. So, but yeah. And another thing that we noticed, because, and I think I'll show it here in a little bit, is, I mean, there are like graves off in the woods, like they've slid, or at one time there weren't those big trees there and stuff. There's one of these big slabs that has a palmetto growing through it. I want to say, it's been here a while because that's takes a bit and everything. So, but yeah, so like I said, a lot of times you see these slabs, but there are no headstones. So that's what I'm assuming when they said
spooky.
that. Yeah. And then you've got this huge double one for,
We do too, Christy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And to me, this is almost tranquil, because we were there at like 8:30 in the morning. So, there wasn't a lot of background noise and stuff like that.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Were you able to get a date on this one?
No, could not get it. That one was worn down.
8:30 in the morning. That's when Tully's hitting realm sleep.
I know, right? Well, see, we've joked before about the fact that I get messages from him at 2 a.m. and he gets them from me at 5 a.m.
Hey, I got up at 9:20 this morning.
I do like it whenever I get up at like 5 and send something in the chat. The few times I do Morgan, I was like, "That's cool."
Yeah. That one we just passed, did you see how deep that one has sank into the ground?
Yes.
Take it back a little bit. I missed it.
Yeah, hang on just a second. Let me. Should be coming up here in just a minute. Yeah, we're coming up on it right now when I'm get past this ditch.
Yeah.
See that one back there? You can just see the name, but the dates and stuff have sank.
Man.
Weird.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the ground down there is crazy. There was a time in Florida when there was a flood and like caskets just started popping up.
Right.
Right out of the sand.
Yeah, that happens in New Orleans. So, which is why so many people are above ground down there. I don't even think you can bury underground in New Orleans.
I'm an idiot. I just realized in the promo I spelled cemetery wrong. Somebody should have told me that.
I didn't catch it. Honest to goodness, I didn't catch it.
Alan, we're at the historic Franklin Cemetery in what's
the
city?
It's Moss Point, Mississippi. Yeah, it's down on the coast.
But yeah, I see the ARY right there. That just looks right to me. Like the ERY doesn't.
Hey, I do the same thing. If it weren't for the squiggly line under stuff, yeah, a lot of mine would be like that.
Canva doesn't have the squiggly line.
That's how we pronounce it, cemetery.
Yeah, uh-huh.
So it's all good.
Yep. And see, like I said, a lot of those are off in the ground or in the, what's to me the woods.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's something that has been there, that they started there and then the trees grew or what. And, a lot of them, like I said, they're flipped over. You don't even see much to them, or they're covered in, pine leaves and stuff like that.
Yes.
So while somebody's taking flowers out, they're not like cleaning up. See, like that was I had to go down the hill into the woods to get to these.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're starting to glitch a little.
Oh shoot. And of course I started it from my computer instead of from YouTube because hey, it was looking great.
It was looking good. I don't know. Maybe pause it for a sec.
Yeah, pause it.
Yeah.
Like
all the shrubbery and stuff like that, like broken leaves, is that just from bad storms, or is this like a flood area, or what?
There, at one point, I think I pan out, and it's almost like little bluffs off in the background and stuff. Like I say, it's real swampy back behind all those trees and stuff. But like I said, it's just a lot of it's just the trees have shed everything for the winter. We don't have a real winter, but
Is that a stone right there?
Yes, off in the woods.
Oh man.
I mean, so like I said, it's crazy, how they're set up because trees that size are old. That pine is more than 10 years old.
Oh yeah.
You know what's freaking me out the most about this? And this just shows how long it's been since I've been anywhere. I don't see any hills. That's weird. I'm like, where's the hills at?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, they've got a lot of these old ones, but they don't, it's like from 1970. It's hard to believe that even still shows up because that's just a piece of paper.
Yeah. I've seen a bunch of those temporary markers. I saw one from like the 60s that still looked pretty good.
Right. I mean, and that's insane, that a piece of paper inside a little metal frame would last that long.
Especially as far south as what you live, because down here in the south is. Whew.
Oh yeah, but see, like look at this palmetto growing up here in just a second like through the concrete.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because I thought for a second that it was two separate pieces and it was between them, but it's actually just one big solid slab.
I love those oaks.
I know.
I couldn't help but climb that. You'd see a fat man hanging from a limb.
As much as I love Carrie, I didn't trust her to be able to get my hefty butt up and into the car to the ER when I fell out. So, if Mo had been there, I'd have been a little more tempted because, he's used to dealing with my accident-prone self.
I mean, if I fall out, you could just leave me there. Like, it'd be perfect.
That's true. That's true. Give it a few months and we could come just put a marker there and say, here lies Cecil.
Kick some leaves on me.
But see, you can see like that marsh back in that background.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
cool.
Yeah.
Well, what's
that? Like a swamp?
I think it's kind of marshy. I don't think it's a swamp. I think it's more like a marsh.
Back that up 15 seconds, or 15 or 20 seconds.
Out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it, it's glitching. What's that? What is that? What was that?
Hang on.
Back that up a little bit more.
Come on.
It's probably optical illusion or something, but
I'm trying to. Where are you looking?
Straight in the center of the screen.
Right there?
No, keep going. It's glitching. Right there. Right there.
Yeah. Whoa. What was that?
I don't know. What is that?
In between those
Did you
trees,
see that?
Right dead center in the frame.
It almost looked like somebody walking.
Yeah. I don't know if it's because Morgana was moving or if there was something there.
One right there. Did you see it?
Yes.
Yeah, I did see it. Keep backing it up.
I wish it wasn't glitching.
I mean, I can jump over to YouTube. I did get it uploaded.
It goes right, boom, right?
No.
No?
Come forward a little bit.
Tell her when to pause it.
Right there. Pause. Back up 2 seconds. Maybe
it's just
Oh no.
Pull this up on YouTube. Where are we at? What's the timestamp?
All right, hold on.
What's the timestamp right now?
Okay. 11:56.
11:56.
Okay.
Pick up 6.
YouTube.
I've got to see if that's actually something or if I'm just.
I'm trying to like what you're seeing. It looks like something walking in between those two trees, right? Like something white almost.
Yeah, that's what it appears to be.
Yeah, we'll see.
So whether it's the background and because Morgana's moving, I don't know.
Oh, neither.
All right. Give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and scroll and try to get close and pause it and then jump over to that one.
Ruby.
Uh-oh. Mike said that there's probably a lot of water moccasins back there.
Yeah, there for sure is.
Did not see the first snake. I didn't see any spiders, so I was very happy.
Well, do they hibernate down there?
Well, I mean, we don't see them as much in the wintertime. So, yeah, they do. You know, because we have 1 or 2 days that'll be, you know, below freezing, but that's generally about it. I mean, it's like tomorrow, the low's 39, and that's usually about as low as it gets, except on those rare few. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's warmer here than it is down there then.
Well, like I said, it finally quit raining, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me do this.
It's very weird to me to see a video now of without mountains. Like, I don't know why. I need to go south. A little bit.
Come on.
Or west.
Okay, let me pull this bad boy up.
Have you been listening to Hustle and Flow? You know it's hard out here for a pimp. Trying to get the money for the rent. Full screen that.
Okay, full screen.
Yeah.
There we go.
11:56.
I'm looking.
Right there.
Right there.
You know, maybe it's an optical illusion.
Man,
but I don't know.
Can't tell.
But I don't see it past there. So.
I don't either.
Right there.
Yeah, right there.
That's kind of, that's an odd one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about that.
Yeah, you'll have to slow that down frame by frame and zoom in on it and see if that was just an illusion or if that really was something.
No, I think I got too far.
Yeah, we can keep going. We've hit that like 8 times.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We'll save it for after.
So 11:56. I'll go back into my actual video so I can break it down.
It looks like something moves. Like I don't know. I kind of seen it like it move in between trees a little bit.
Yep.
Babies are hard. I hate babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Depends on the baby.
That's a sentence that needs context.
Yes, we used to have a girl that worked with us that on her credenza, she had things overheard in pre-press, and it was just those random sentences. You only heard that, and you're like, wait, what?
What's the little cage for?
We thought it was a baby, but then we got to looking at the dates, and no, I think somebody was just, they didn't have enough, so they just made it little.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike, it's definitely possible, Mike.
And like I said, you know,
the gravestones are freaking me out too, because right there I seen that one and I thought, what the hell's that?
Yeah. Like I said, that's what they're random. I mean,
I don't know if you guys say anything crazy, but I can hear.
See, I'm hearing something. I think it's because I've got it on YouTube and I forgot to mute it.
Just mute it.
You can click the volume button there.
Yeah. I forgot about it. So,
I just didn't know if you guys were having a crazy conversation during all this.
no, we were actually talking about the graveyard. I mean, so yeah.
You just break out talking shit about Cecil.
That's right. Well, Cecil won't get off his butt and go do this. So.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, no, you should be aware of things like that, because someone sent me an email at work one day and said, hey, I just thought you should be aware of this. And someone had asked me how to do something in my department. And I'm like, no, you need to do it this way. And instead of taking my word for it, she emailed the head of the other department. So when she answered her, she blind CC'd me. I didn't realize I was blind CC'd. So when I answered, I accidentally hit reply all. And I'm like, you know what? Bitch is on my last damn nerve. Yeah, I couldn't even back out of it. So
1917. That's an old one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's something really beautiful about this place too. Like,
I don't get any bad vibes from here.
No, and I didn't. Like I said, it's a place I would go and hang out, at dusk and just see what happens. Probably shouldn't do that. It is on private land. They are pretty good about letting, people go in and see it, but I don't know what they think about overnight. But there's nothing posted that says, closes at dark or anything like that.
Well, like Spring Grove, they have like armed security that comes around and make sure that everybody's out by 5 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, that's when I was home a few weeks ago. I didn't have time to go tour the cemetery there, but I did stop by to see my dad's grave and everything. And I had forgotten how big that one was, but I did not realize either until I stopped and looked at it. I think I remember telling y'all that it was segregated for a long time. And yeah, my dad's and my step grandfathers and several other family members are right across from the segregated area. So, you've got this one big section that back in even up through the 80s, that was considered the black part of the cemetery.
You know what? You would think you would see that in a lot of cemeteries in the South.
Yeah.
And I don't remember ever seeing, maybe it's just the deep South that has graveyards like that we know of,
right.
Like maybe
that's the only one I know of, and I probably would not realize it, but we have a couple of prominent African American families, and they're buried in that area and everything. And then I brought it up to my mom one time because I went to school with their kids and everything, and she goes, "Oh no, that was the black part of the cemetery for a long time." And I'm like, "Wow, really?"
That's very interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like I said,
I thought the car was something for like whatever you just did.
Well, and if you notice, I'm kind of checking out the woods because I don't know what all's over there. So I was kind of,
Have you guys ever seen Mississippi Burning?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Those trees remind me so much of that movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I said, I love those trees. This is when I think about having a tree house. I want one of these trees, that I can nestle a little, hideout up in.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. Just go hang out, read, listen to music. And like I said, and there are several in the cemetery, because there are a few of the graves that I don't know if you noticed that are like right up where the roots are starting to push out and everything.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure when they planted them or when they put the graves there, they didn't think about the fact.
I still haven't got to explore all of at Spring Grove, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm at like 20% so far, but it's supposed to be. It's an arboretum, so I'm wondering if they maybe have some of these trees in there.
Possibly so. Like I said, I've never seen them anywhere, but I've also never been to Kentucky. So
they've got trees like from Africa and stuff in there, like stuff that'll grow.
Yeah.
I've never seen a tree like this in Kentucky.
This would be in Ohio.
Yeah. And like I said, and that's the thing. I mean, I grew up 200 miles north of here, and we did not have these. We had big, huge white oaks and red oaks, but we did not have the big
Well, that was awesome. We need to see some more Mississippi, Morgana.
Oh yeah, I'm working on it. I've got a list going. So, I'm fixing to start having to travel on Saturdays or something.
Yeah.
So, because I enjoy it. I always have. It's just been a while since I've, gone out and done something like that. I'm like, I've got to do this more often. So thanks, Tully, for getting us started.
Yeah. That was my whole thing is I just want to get out and explore some stuff. But I will say I was driving downtown Thursday and looked over when I was passing it. And I do think that I will be able to get to that tunnel behind Bobby Mackey's now.
Ooh.
So the next decent weekend, it's pouring rain all this weekend. So the next decent weekend we get between now and I have to do it before it gets green.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. I'm going all the way into the tunnel, and we're going to see some crazy stuff. Hopefully,
that's awesome.
You may
want to see people doing heroin.
Yeah.
Everybody can get back there, dude. Like it's thick bush.
That I also want to try too because I've heard a lot of and read a lot of stories about Beauvoir, where Jefferson Davis lived down here. It's supposed to have like 5 or 6 different spirits that are seen regularly, and so I'd like to go in there, but I want to pick a time when they don't have like muster going on or a bunch of like tours and stuff, so I may just like take a lunch break one day and go up there and do some recording.
Yeah, something I don't know. I hadn't thought of it before, but I should go to Old Washington sometime and go through the cemetery over there because that was the capital, for the South at one time.
Right, right.
They separated.
Mm-hmm. So. I found something too when I was researching places, that were within driving distance of me, and there was one camel in the Civil War.
What?
Yes, and he is buried in Natchez, Mississippi.
Really?
In a cemetery, yes. So I told Mo this year I want to go to Natchez. I've lived in this state my entire life and I've never been there. They have got so much cool stuff over there. I'm like, I just need to take like a weekend and just go exploring. But I really want to get pictures of the camel's grave.
Yeah, like I love that, and I hope that like everybody who's listening, we say this every time, but please feel empowered to go out and get some footage at some crazy places around you.
Yeah,
and we will give you links to be able to upload it, and we'll play it. Like we'll play it, and you can either let us talk through it, or if you want to be a guest. And pop in and just talk about your experience. We'll do that too.
Oh yeah.
Give us some history. Give us some details.
But now we are in Bigfoot country.
Yes.
Yeah. There's the first time I went in this area was in 2019, and I really wanted to go back and see what might have rotted down and what might be new. And I did find some new stuff in here. Some of the stuff that I recorded back then, it had rotted, but it's there's still time in the area.
You want me to let her rip?
Yeah, let it go.
Oh,
where was this at?
There it went.
Not your Kansas, Cecil.
Our Kansas.
And we just insulted an entire state.
I say it every time. I can't help
it. I used to, and then when you started doing it, Steven says, "Yeah, they'd whoop you here," and I'm like, "Yeah, better quit doing."
What was that glue on the tree there?
The pine timbers is going to be harvested at some point. So that right there is going to be the boundary. So where all the hardwood is at, all that will remain.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is nuts. I know you guys are watching on that, but I'm watching on this huge screen right here.
Yeah. Yeah, here in just a minute, I want to show you a double tree break. So, and this right here is the only one I've ever found. It's actually been a double. So
this is crazy looking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's so foggy. Looks like Cheech and Chong living in the woods out there.
That almost looked like a cross for a minute, and then I realized it was something laying on the ground behind it that just happened to cross over it.
Yeah.
It's YouTube actually being laggy.
Okay. Yeah. See right here, if you look right there, that's the double tree break. And if you go about 3/4 of a mile or a mile in that direction where those trees are pointed to.
I don't know why we're having trouble right now.
Let it load a little bit. Is that a mattress? What's that?
No, that's sand on the creek.
Yeah,
okay.
there's a creek that runs like, you can see more of the creek here. It runs like that.
But there's a pond about 3/4 of a mile to a mile that direction if you go that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, and a lot of times if you're running across stuff like this in the woods, you find these breaks or these tree bows.
Mm-hmm.
Go that direction. And
that's not making any sense. Let me forward this to you, Cecil.
Yeah, I was getting my email pulled up.
It says experiencing interruptions. Find out why. My internet speed's insane right now. Like there shouldn't be any lagging going on.
I got my email pulled up. Go ahead and forward it.
Okay. We're at 132.
132. 132. Give me a 132.
I swear. It is
Damn
always
tech issues.
See,
Let me
that's
get
crazy
this.
because Morgana, she played it off YouTube and it ran perfect.
What email did you send this to, Tully?
Probably. No. What email do you want me to send it to?
My Polar Teddy Bear.
Then why do you even have an email that's your name? Is what I want to know.
Because I use all 8 of them for different things.
Same. You know, when you're OCD, you need to compartmentalize stuff.
Let's see.
I still ain't got it.
I just sent it.
Because I have like my junk email account, my family email account, my freelance email account, my subscription email account. I mean, yeah, I get it. 8's reasonable.
There we go.
I'm just checking. It said a minute ago I had 750 meg download speed, so I don't know what's going on.
Wow, that's crazy.
Your computer sucks.
No, no, it actually doesn't. The only thing I don't have is external memory.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. Looks good now.
Yeah.
My dog's over here taking my hand. Get away. Get away from me.
He's like, I want to hang out, Dad.
Yeah. He wants you to take him there.
I look like a little squirrel.
Is it clipping on your end, Cecil?
No?
Is it clipping for you guys?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it's you. What if YouTube is having problems?
Oh, man. That'd be about right, wouldn't it?
It's not clipping at all for me.
Mike, I love that you have an AOL account.
AOL.
AOL might be better to run these videos.
Right?
Might be.
Yeah. Could be.
Yes, Alan, this is Arkansas.
Yes. Yes, this is Arkansas.
It's beautiful.
It is really nice.
Mm-hmm. So I wish I'd have appreciated it more as a younger person.
Mm-hmm.
This looks more familiar to me.
Yeah.
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 This is.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we've got a small mountain in North Mississippi. The land where I grew up, about 1/4 of a mile behind it, is the highest spot in the state. So yeah, they call Yazoo City where I'm from, where the Delta meets the hills, and that's literal. You're going from, we've got one right down from us called Mile Hill. It's literally one perfect mile from the top of one to the top of the next. And then you hit the Delta on the other side of town and it is flat forever.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where I'm at the edge of the Ouachita Mountains,
Mm-hmm.
and not very far at all from the flatland in Arkansas. So I'm kind of.
It's clipping pretty bad now.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be.
Yep.
What was that?
That's my granddaughter.
I was gonna say she's having a ball tonight.
Let's take it back a little bit and see. Is it clipping now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
This is about 2 miles from where I took the dog man picture.
What are you at, Cecil?
Oh,
What minutes? What minutes are you at?
3:32.
Okay, hang on. Let me still the screen.
You can do whatever you gotta do, brother.
Well, I just want to see if it's the same for mine.
Yeah.
I've got it like. Well, come on now. Is it lagging like this?
That seems to be a little bit better there.
Yep.
Maybe we gotta keep it out full screen.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's much better.
Better.
Well,
yeah.
So what all have you seen out here? Have you seen anything before, or what have you found?
I've mostly found markers. The first time I went in there, there was some really, really neat stuff. Even had a vine that had been pulled down out of a tree.
Whoa.
What was that?
No, okay. I saw that there's like a black stump right there.
Okay. Yeah. Now, later on in this video, it had been raining a bunch, so it very well could have been a dead limb or something that fell out of the tree later on, but I don't know. I've been tapping on a piece of rich pine with my walking stick, and it wasn't too long after that I heard something fall and hit the ground. I was thinking, I'm not going to lie, I was glad it was daylight.
Do you have to wear like big muck boots when you get back in this area?
I've got some like hunting boots that I wear. I mean, they're just like slip-ons, but they're waterproof.
It looks like at any point you could just step in a big mud hole through here and it be concealed by these leaves.
Yeah.
My big dumbass walks and stuff like this with hey dudes on.
Yeah, I'll never forget the time we had Daniel, who's a friend of ours from Alaska. He'd come down with me and William, and I was wearing my what I call work boots. They're like twisted X. They're just like ankle high boots, and we're walking through that sage grass, that's about 3.5 feet tall. And William was wearing Crocs. I'm pretty sure Daniel was thinking these guys are probably not all there. Yeah, I'm thinking right here in this area here is where I had there was some stuff. It was like 10 feet up in the air and it's twisted, making an X. What do I think about the tree markers made by Bigfoot? I don't know of anything else to explain it. And I've never actually seen a Bigfoot make a tree marker. See, right there's one small one
yep.
you can see. But I will tell you this. I know a couple of guys, they were, this has been several years ago, probably 8 or 10 years ago now, and they were going to a new deer lease. Yeah. And Mike's dad gave them directions to the deer lease, and they wound up getting on the wrong property. and they come to an open area with oak trees like this right here where they can see, you know, and they're thinking, man, this would be a good spot to set up a bow stand and stuff like that. And they had a tree that bowed over, and all of a sudden it just sprang up and was shaking. And Mac, he looked at the other guy and he said, so did you see that? He's like, yeah. I said, well, sometimes trees just do that. He's like, trees don't do that.
Right.
So he snuck around a little bit, and he got close enough to where he could see something probably between around 4.5 feet tall and black, took off running on 2 legs.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's people can say, well, you can't prove that Bigfoot did it, but yeah. And Kane Michaels, he's the guy from Ohio. He's actually been really close to him whenever they bowed some trees over too. I think they were actually trying to scare him though. So.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah.
Well, you've seen those videos. I don't know if I've shared all the videos with you guys. I know Steven has seen some of them where people get a Bigfoot and it picks up a log that wouldn't be humanly possible to pick up and just home runs it against another tree.
Yeah, one of the really impressive videos to me was the one that came from out of Mississippi, where a guy was in a canoe. I think he was in a canoe, and there's something tearing the bark off a big cypress tree down there. And he gets closer to it, and it stands up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is it's not just clipping for you guys. It's literally YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube sucks. YouTube sucks.
All right, and then we just got kicked off. You know, I have never seen one, but we have been out. I know y'all have heard Headley talk about the cypress swamp where we used to go hang out and everything. But there were several out there one night, and you could smell that like musty, almost wet dog to the 10th power smell. And you could hear things going back and forth across the swamp, and you could hear the noise off in the woods and everything. That's eerie as hell.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yes.
Alan, I'll see if I can find this video for the end of the show to show you the tree breaking I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's Alan, I've only found one tree that was stuck upside down with the roots up in the air.
Really?
Yeah.
That would freak me out.
Yeah. And it wasn't just a real big tree either. I mean, it was more like a sapling. It was a hardwood. But yeah, that's I have found that.
Yeah, that tripped me out. I couldn't handle it. I want to walk across that one that's laying across the creek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got there's some big hardwood out here.
That's what she said.
Oh my God.
Can't help it.
Oh boy.
I love that. Just sheer happiness. I love this area, Stephen.
That is really cool.
Yeah, it's as far as these trail markers and stuff like that, there's not quite as many in here now as what there were, but there are still markers in here, and I can say they'll hang tough here in a little while. I mean, I'll show them what I believe is absolutely is textbook is what you're gonna find for tree markers.
It's making me miss going into the woods, but I'm just way too lazy now to do this. I can't bring myself to do it anymore.
Well, I did it just a few months ago because the dog got out and ran off through the woods, and for 2 hours, I chased her around out there. She was new. Had she not been new, I wouldn't have been so stressed about it.
We got some woods behind our house. I'm just lazy. I don't.
Yeah. Oh, me too. Well, my thing is, I used to go back there often until I went to walk one day, and Mo goes, look up about 2 feet. And there was this huge flipping spider web with a damn 4-inch tall banana spider in it.
No.
And I'm like, nope, done. Not going back there again.
No, I hate those. I hate those so much.
Yes.
You wouldn't know it you wouldn't know it just coming to my house, but I live on a ridge.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of scared to walk out into our woods because you just don't know when it's just going to drop off. Like 15, 30, 40 feet.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, thanks, Monica.
Yeah.
Thank you, Monica.
Yeah, it keeps glitching.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can wait for a better YouTube day to play the rest, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just have to remember we're 13 minutes in.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's about time. It's about time.
Yeah.
Let me I'll tell you what, let me get this
Tune in to part 2.
I'll get this TikTok. We can watch some tree breaking real quick.
Who's going to keep track of the time?
I'm fixing to write it down and put it on my screen.
So
Okay.
we will continue Bigfoot country, and then we'll have maybe like one other thing next time.
Yeah, YouTube is being trash right now.
Yeah, it's clipping on everybody's computer. It shouldn't be clipping right now.
Yeah. All right.
Lucky number 13 land.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, I've got it on my screen.
I was into it. I'm going to go finish watching it.
Right?
You can't cheat.
I ain't going to.
Do you know how hard that is? Because I had mine in like 5 separate little sections, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to throw them all together. And I
That's
threw,
what I do.
the picture in the front and the picture in the back, and I'm like, okay, don't look at it. It's like, damn it, I want to look at it.
Okay, check this out. So you're going to see there's something here. And you're going to see it pick up a log that's just so big that it doesn't make any sense. Just watch. If I can get it to play.
I see the head movement or some kind of movement.
Yeah, it's moving.
Yeah. Yep.
Look how big that tree is. Just wait for it.
He wants, descriptive audio.
Mike, he's picking up a log that's probably 15 feet tall and 600 pounds.
I knew that shit. Wow.
Straight up.
Yeah.
And it's whack.
Wow.
To me, this is the most believable Bigfoot footage I've personally ever seen, other than some of the stuff that Steven has shown us.
I can do that.
Yeah. My dad used to have a guy that worked for him that they would get on one end, like 3 or 4 of them, to pick up a power pole, and they put him by himself on the other end, and he could lift it, but I don't think he could have done that one.
Yeah, so Mike, I mean, let's say, like, I'm 6'4", and let's say that log was 4 times the height of me, and this thing just picks up this massive log and whacks and breaks it against another tree.
Yes.
It could be one of those Scottish competitions, Landa.
It really wasn't that impressive. I mean,
you don't think so? I think that would be very difficult to do. I would love to see you do that.
In November every year we have the Scottish Highland Games down here, and that is one of the competitions is light pole throwing. So come on down, Cecil.
I'm coming.
Cecil's comfortable handling poles for sure.
The fact that you know that.
Especially dancing ones.
I'm bummed we can't finish that video, man.
Yeah. But I would rather watch it when we can watch it smoothly.
Yeah. You know,
it would be better.
For probably the way it's been so far, you know, we're 6 episodes in, so we're still just kind of getting it worked out. But for every 30 minutes of video, like yours was what, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That almost took up 40 minutes of time of just like us commentating and stuff. So
right, backing up and pausing and
So probably how many minutes of footage we get is going to be double, like actually on the show.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about going to Frankfurt to that graveyard because that's where Daniel Boone is and everything. And
That'd be cool.
There. Yeah.
Yep.
I do still want to get out to a Civil War battlefield.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
you know, Hadley went to the one at Vicksburg when her friend was in town, and the heifer didn't do any video.
I know. So I'm very angry about that.
Yes. So
because she's telling us all this stuff. She's like, "Oh, I saw this and this and this and this. Did you get footage?" Oh no. Like, what are you talking about?
That's almost as frustrating as somebody seeing a ghost walk down the road at a graveyard. And not getting any footage of it.
Hey, at least I was at the graveyard looking. At least you saw stuff at the graveyard.
Right. Shoot. But no, if I'm gonna try this summer, I've got to go up to do some scanning for someone. So I may try to plan on going up there, spending the day, spending the night, and then coming back via like Vicksburg or somewhere like that, because it's not that far out of the way.
I think there's not really a whole lot of interesting things around here. There's slim pickings around here. I'm gonna have to start driving hours out of my way.
Oh, look, I didn't realize how much stuff was around here until I started researching. I'm like, wow, that's here? Damn, I've got to go see that.
What I should do is have Mandy drop me off at the mouth of Crawfish and just walk through Crawfish.
Hey, this is the only place where we grew up. This is the only place in that town where you could find people riding horseback at 3 a.m. in the dead of winter.
Shirtless.
So yeah, you could probably get some decent. Oh, she just got.
Yeah, she got yeeted.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, for everybody listening, please, if you're able to or interested in, giving us some footage, please go out to wherever you think is interesting. It could be anything. Like it's not just graveyards. It's not just the wilderness. Like we'll do like historical places. Like we'll talk about anything.
Mm-hmm. That and I have gotten a commitment from my husband for New Orleans sometime later on in the year. So yes, that I want to go to the cemetery down there where Marie Laveau's crypt is.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Just to get some footage of it and everything. But they've got some really cool stuff down there. So
Mike says Stephen needs to go investigate the lights of Arkansas. I don't know what that is.
Garden lights.
You've never heard of Arkansas before, Tully?
I've never heard of the lots. Did we talk about the lots during Strange Arkansas?
Yeah, during lots.
Yeah, we did. We talked about the garden lights. There's some more lights a little farther.
I was late to that show.
And then the Dover lights also. There's 3 different areas that I'm aware of where there's mysterious lights. So.
I know where some mysterious lights are too, but Cecil would have to go film it.
Oh yeah,
at night time.
Yeah, I'll do that. Next time I go on the meth round, I guess I'll. Yes, I'll break out the Camry.
Well, tell me if you want to play it. Just there's a short video there I emailed it to you of one of the things that used to be in there a few years ago that's no longer there. Maybe since it's only like 30, 40 seconds.
Yep. Let me get it going.
Alan asked, are they like the Brown Mountain lights? I'm not familiar with Brown Mountain lights.
Yeah, the garden light is the one I'm most familiar with, and it's a light that will be in front of you, and then it'll disappear, and you'll look behind you, and there it will be behind you.
Nice.
I don't know why, but it will not let me full screen this.
Really? Well, that right there was before I started learning how to turn my camera sideways.
Yeah, you do something though. I think it's just where like the shorts might be.
Oh, is that what it is? It's just because it's a short.
I think so. Let me see if I can do that. Let's see. I can at least make it somewhat big. Let me see.
That's what she said.
We're 8 up to not.
Yeah. This right here is from the same area a few years ago. Is what it is.
I think YouTube's just being trash right now.
Yeah, it literally was just working.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There he goes.
There you go. See that?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh.
That vine has been pulled down out of the tree because you can see where it was still growing in the tree on that one. That's the part that was broken. But on the other side of it, it was still grown into the ground.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I remember the first time I went in there and I brought some videos back out of there is one of the first times my wife ever looked at anything I brought back and said, oh, wow, there may be something to this. So,
Mother Nature is amazing, Stephen. That's what it is.
But the rest of the vine was gone. I never did find it.
Well, they definitely have a way of navigating.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And your average person just cruising through the woods probably wouldn't think twice about something like that.
You don't think anything about that.
Yep.
Yeah, but you can kind of see there on the tree where the vine used to be wrapped around it.
Alan asked if they're like the Brown Mountain lights. I can't pull it up on YouTube right now, Alan, because YouTube is being a bear.
But I've got it on my list to look up.
Brown Mountain Lawn.
Well, I wonder if the Brown Mountain lights, would that be like those the lights up there in Missouri? Are y'all familiar with that?
No.
Okay, it's in southern Missouri is where it's at. It's a light that people can see in the distance, and they drive closer to it, and it disappears. Then they drive past it, and they'll see it behind them. It's another one of those weird things.
If Cecil can go to the place that I'm talking about, there's a lot. It's almost like an orb that will follow your vehicle, and you can roll your window down and still see it.
Yeah, but what's the chances of catching it? You know, like
you may not want to touch it. I know a guy named Robert Boston. He'd had that happen to him, and when he was in Germany. And the orb actually hit him, and he was seeing it. He was seeing in our world plus in another dimension for a while.
That sounds great.
Yeah, I'll definitely touch it then.
So it's not super close to the car, Orlando. It's like, let's say,
I'll put that shit in a mason jar.
It's a country road that runs parallel to these what used to be tobacco fields. So it's a bottom in a valley that runs parallel to a creek, and then above that bottom is the country road. There's also ghost sightings all over this road. This is the same road that we talk about where you can hear people like ghost cannons at night, like ghost
horses
from Civil War stuff.
Yeah.
Same road. I don't know what's going on this road, but on this road, if you're driving parallel, you can roll down your window and you can see an orb that will follow your car at the exact same speed. Doesn't matter how slow, how fast you're going. and it will follow you until the end of the road and just disappear.
It's about a 1.5 mile stretch of road. It's what you would call a holler. It links one road to another. And on this road, you see that light. You got the woman in white that crosses the road. You got the horses.
That's an optical illusion.
Yeah, but you got the horses too. You got the bullets whizzing by your head. You got the canyons. Like, it's crazy.
I've never been anywhere like that in my life. Like, as far as hearing the bullets whizzing by your head and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can tell it's not real because you don't hear like a report. But you can still hear like cannons and horses, and you just hear the words like going by your ear, like you're being shot at.
Yeah.
It's very trippy.
The one thing that kind of throws me off about that, when did they start rifling? Did they do that during the Civil War?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it makes sense then, because if you've ever been shot at and heard a bullet whiz by your ear, it's very distinctive.
Yeah,
it is distinctive.
Yeah,
but I think that's what actually tipped the war was repeating rifles. Was a big deal.
Yeah. I know my dad and them, when we were growing up, they always had a deer camp, and one of the younger boys threw up his gun and shot, and it like missed my dad's ear by about an inch.
Yeah.
And that's when they started requiring anybody under 18 to take a hunter safety class.
Yeah.
But he said that is the eeriest feeling in the world, is a bullet whizzing right past your head.
It sounds like a firework going off.
Yeah, whenever
it's like that. It's like zzz, like one of those spinning fireworks.
Yep. Okay. So Cecil, next time you and Tully get together, y'all record it for Mike.
Yeah.
Shooting at each other.
Yeah.
All right. Why not?
Or let the girls.
Landa knows too.
Yep. Or y'all could let the girls do the shooting, and y'all could do the ducking and dodging.
I don't trust them to shoot.
Hey, look, Mo will tell you. Go ahead.
There's actually a guy on TikTok and YouTube. I don't know his name, but his goal is to try to give you what it sounded like during World War II.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So he digs these foxholes, and he sits in them, and his buddy, they're trained professionals, like they're both ex-military, and he sits in the foxhole with a condenser mic and lets him shoot these big machine guns over that hole. And it is insane. Like, it's terrifying. Like, it would be terrifying to be in one of those holes and have these big bullets just flying over you all the time.
Right. Yeah. I know growing up, my dad, he wasn't a handgun person, but he taught us to shoot, rifles and shotguns and all that when we were old enough to, hold it and not kill somebody. But when Mo and I got together, the first Christmas we were together, he bought me my first handgun. So when somebody says something about making me mad, he goes, "Oh no, I bought her a gun and taught her to use the damn thing." So, and it is a different, feel and experience and all that. But
yeah.
So Cecil, you should have taught Mandy how to use it, and you wouldn't have to worry about it.
I don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah, she was a skeet shooting champion when she was a little kid.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how he taught us to scope in, because he shot open sights. He didn't like a scope until after his vision started going bad. But we would shoot knots out of the top of oak trees, and that's how he taught us to
shoot pine cones out of pine trees.
Yeah.
Man,
I don't even want to tell you guys how my dad's a crazy person. Like the target he used to give me was a weed eater oil can, like a weed eater oil bottle, like that you mix in like with your gas.
Right.
Yep.
That was the spot, and he'd put me at like 40, 50 yards to hit that.
Mine was trial and error. Whoever was running the slowest.
Well, we appreciate you guys joining us tonight.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, and we will. Like I said, I've got the time on this set, so next time we hop on, we'll start out there.
Yeah,
We'll
there's
finish
no
this one
reason
up.
for that to be lagging tonight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right.
But like I said, it also did it with a little short one for
Well, yeah, and it is storming really bad here right now. Like I can hear the rain pounding
Yeah,
outside.
yeah, it's raining here too.
So that could have something to do with it too. But
Yeah, that could.
we will have, you know what?
Could be the solar flares.
If we've got that and one of us can get out to go get 15 minutes somewhere,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'll be an hour for next month for sure.
Yep. All right, sounds great.
I'll just film myself sitting in a drive-thru at McDonald's, I guess. Get 35 minutes out of that.
Well, then we appreciate you being here, Mac and Alan, everyone else. We really
Yep.
We'll keep doing it as long as you guys keep coming and hanging out.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
thank you all.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. And y'all have a great rest of your weekend.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Until next time,
Mhm.
stay weird.
Yeah.